said that.
All righty. Another question and answer little snippet, but except our snippet always turns into a soliloquy.
45 minutes.
All right. So what I wanted to ask you, I always have these thoughts when I'm driving on 295 right outside of Logan Township in New Jersey. Right before I go over the Delaware Bridge, I have these ideas like, oh, I'll ask her that. So what I was wondering, I wanted you to describe, so you have a team coming in.
Yeah.
Uh, let's any team, men's soccer or a bigger team. What's a bigger team for you?
Softball.
Softball. How many girls?
Some maybe 25 plus.
All right, 25 plus. But
Yeah.
you've had a whole football team by yourself too, 120 guys. So what I want to know is from the what's their schedule and what do you do with them from the time they walk into their hour until the time they leave, when their training is done.
Yeah. Um, so most of the time they're walking into the weight room, they're coming in and I lift them before practice.
Okay.
Uh
In season.
in season before practice.
Okay.
Most of the time I prefer that just simply because after a 3 hour practice, you don't get
Oh yeah,
anything
you don't
out of
get
them.
anything out
You
of
don't
them,
get
man.
anything.
No.
Their moods are terrible. The coaches
Yes.
have pissed
They're
them off.
hungry.
They're
Yeah.
down. They're hungry. The whole
Sweaty.
deal. So
Yeah.
I just advocate for pre-practice lifts. So they come in.
It
I
really
mean,
helps them. It really helps your explosiveness, I swear, man.
oh
If
yeah,
you get
they
out there
always
within a half hour,
after a while they're ready.
yeah,
They're like I like lifting pre-practice. I thought I was gonna be tired,
that's
but I
great.
feel a lot better.
I know. So go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I'm usually sitting in the office bullshitting, and then they come in. The kids will come in the office, chit chat a little bit.
Yeah, all the stuff
How's
I
it
didn't like,
going? How's
all the
it
stuff I didn't
going?
like
What's
that.
going on? How you doing? What'd you do this weekend?
So, do
And
they call
then
you coach?
some of them call me coach, some of them call me Christy. You hate it. You hate it. You hate it. Um, but then once it's time,
Okay.
we go out go out to the board, the little whiteboard that I have. Um, and then the lift is already written up there. So then usually I bring the girls in and we do a little chit chat, just check in, see how they're doing, like overall, and then we just brief the lift. We go over to warm up. I mean, if it's a new lift that they haven't done, we do some demonstration. We'll probably get like a senior or an upperclassman to go through the exercises throughout the warm up, just a demo for everybody.
Right.
And then I'll start talking about the intention with the primary emphasis for the day. Um, so it's, it's a more dynamic day. Hey guys, the intent here is speed, move that bar as fast as you can, give
Right.
them some direction there, and then go through the rest of the lift. Questions, comments, concerns, none. Oh, so you
You got
guys got it
injured
perfect.
kids. Injured
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, injured kids, we get our injury reports pre lift. So most of the time you already have those things. So injury alternatives are usually somewhere on the board
Yeah.
or
Remember
they've
we did
already,
that. Remember we
yeah,
did that. Yeah.
or either we talk about them with the athlete. If they just need a squat alternative, like, okay, you can go leg press. And I usually give them a menu. What can you work for the next, I don't know, 3 to 5 weeks
Oh
that you
yeah.
want to
Good.
work?
Yeah.
Pit shark or whatever the case may be. And then we lift. Then we start going. I don't,
Now,
the,
are your lifts percentage based off of one rep max? Are they progressive what do you call it? Linear periodization? How do your lifts
we
usually,
use,
usually?
it's usually
Or
programmed off.
softball? Just give me softball.
Yeah, usually it's programmed off of percentages,
Okay.
but like with your upperclassmen, you're on top of them the entire
I
lift.
know.
So it's like that's not your 80%. You need to go
Right.
here and then we'll start our working sets here.
Right.
Um, so for the most part, your upperclassmen have some like decent percentages to work off of because you've just
Yeah.
been with them for a while.
It's tough when
Um,
you first start lifting to really know your max if you haven't done your max. And when they first come in, you can't max them. You're not going to max them in the season. You're not going to max them right before the season. So, but a senior can, yeah, I know what I can do. They got a general
yeah.
idea. Yeah.
And even if you with your younger kids, even if you did like a work up to a soft, a heavier single, and
Yeah.
you like that's their quote unquote
Well, you
max.
could tell.
Yeah, but the next time they come in, they blow it out of the water for a set of like eight, and it's like,
I know, I know, I
it's
know.
easy. So it's just constantly changing.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah, and that they get a
yeah,
little bit more comfortable under the bar or whatever the case may be. So then we lift. Um, you're just coaching, working the floor, doing the whole deal.
yeah.
And then if things look bad, like if you have the cleans look terrible and
So
that there's
you're
like
not blowing a whistle, or you're not telling everybody when they have to do their sets, or so if
no,
you're doing
no.
something like 85% for a triple or something, are you telling them, come on, we gotta go, or are you saying, I want get your rest so you get your reps?
I tell everybody to putts. And what I mean by putts is if you need to rest. Because most of the time, if you got two kids to a rack, they'll go, you go, I go, you go, I go. And that's not enough time to
Right.
when the percentages get a little bit heavier. But what I'll do, I don't time anybody.
Yeah.
The only time I do that is if the athletes want to act like children. And then
Right.
so then I treat them
Yeah,
like
then you got to
children.
do the children
Then
thing. But yeah,
yeah.
but that is a baby way of training people. I think I really liked our staff when we were at Penn because we treated everybody like adults, and unless they deserve not to be treated like adults, and we gave our guys, and especially the older guys, not like leeway. Like you couldn't like decide to do dumbbell bench when you had to do a lat pull, or when you had to do a back exercise. You know what I mean?
Right,
But we would let I would let the guys choose their back exercise. Who gives a shit whether it's a lat pull or a
right,
support row? And what it does, it gives them ownership. Oh,
right.
I want to do this and I want to do that. You
So you
know?
got it, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Um,
anyway, and another point, as far as taking rest, if you remember, the football coaches used to come down when I first took over, and they'd be like, "Why is everybody sitting around?" And I'm like, "Well, Calavita's getting ready to deadlift 650, and he
mhm.
just did 625 for a triple, and
He needs to
he
he
so
needs
he
to sit
needs
down.
8 minutes." I mean, we would
Yeah.
let other people go ahead of him,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. But it
yeah.
takes them because football coaches always, and I was a football coach too, but I had a brain, and they always, were the trash cans they could throw up. So, man, if they throw up, I'm failing. I'm
Right,
failing as a coach, unless I want them to throw up, and
right.
it's a wrestling team, we're running stadiums, but even then, you don't want to throw up.
No, no.
But anyway,
The,
okay, go ahead. That's rest. What about the assistants in the rest?
the assistants, I tell them they can fly through it.
Yeah,
And most of the time I'll do things as like you know,
we should probably do a typical day, like a their squat day.
a squat day.
Yeah,
So they'll come in and they'll do their,
you do a dynamic warm up.
yeah, I usually do 3 to 5 movements, just
Good.
working either on their like hip mobility real quick.
Right.
It's softball, so we'll do some power prep. Coaches love med balls and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, so we'll add that in there.
Great warm up.
And then from there, we'll go into the lift. So we'll squat. They'll have a couple warm-up sets on their squat. They work up to their working sets. They're resting. They'll probably spend, I tell them, probably somewhere between 15-20 minutes on their primary lift for the day,
Yeah.
and then they'll go into maybe their secondary, because I'll usually do like a total body lift with them.
Yeah.
Um, so let's say it's a squat and a bench that day, and then at the end we'll do some more accessory lifts, hamstring work, maybe some rear delt work,
Mm.
rowing, um, and then some trunk work, farmer's carries, suitcase carries, things like that, and then see you later.
Yeah. That's good. Do you have a track in there?
We do have a track. Or no, we've got a straightaway where we can do some straight ahead sprints
They
and
can do
stuff
the
like that.
carries. They can do
Yeah.
the carries.
Or they can do the carries, yeah.
You have a prowler in there,
Yeah, we have a couple of sleds.
and they can push it in there.
They can.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
what do you find are the challenges? Is it mostly the youngsters, the freshmen? So when kids come out of high school, um, I used to tell everybody, look, I know that you probably had a great high school coach, but
Hmm.
let's just go into this knowing that you don't thinking that you don't know anything, because I got you for 4 to 5 years and we're gonna do it this way. But I never wanted to say, like, damn, who was coaching you? Although we
Yeah,
said it in the office,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, one kid squat 3 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is it do you find that with
You
your
know what's funny?
athletes?
Well, first of all, working with women are great.
Yeah, I
They
know.
listen.
Oh,
They
I know.
listen and they want to get strong.
Yep.
And especially like your softball, like
Yep.
they're a bunch of brutes. Like
In a
they
good
know.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, in the best way.
Yeah.
And so they come in with some background of lifting. They're like, I had a personal trainer. They worked
That's what's
CrossFit,
changed. That's
whatever.
changed. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the case may have been. And so you may have to, they have some familiarity with a clean. It may
Yeah.
not look the way
Right.
that
Right.
but brush your upper thigh, keep the bar
Right.
nice and tight.
Right.
Um, squat, move your stance in just a little bit, but they have a pretty good idea of like what's going on. Then as we move through the semester, like things just start to get cleaned up the way that, I would like
Yeah.
to see things.
Yeah. They lift twice a week during the season.
No, we come in 3, 4 times a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, those
Uh,
coaches are great.
the coaches are great. They're like,
Oh,
we
that's
want them in
so
the
much
weight
fun to
room.
work with. So much fun to work with.
Yeah.
Um, we had some interesting softball coaches, but um, the girls were wonderful.
The girls are stick and ball sports. I mean, it's just like get strong, get strong,
Knocked the shit out of the ball, man.
and then connect.
What was
And
the
then,
Samoan girl we had who was so great?
oh, jury.
She was great, man. She
Oh
was like,
yeah,
let's get strong, let's get
they
big.
they
And
were great.
I've had a couple softball girls say, I got the rest of my life to lose weight and be skinny and do all that stuff, man. I want to hit home runs and get me big, man. When
Yeah.
it's so funny when you're like, really?
And it changes from sport to sport, right? Like you
Yeah.
with your field hockey girls. How often did they say that to you?
They never
Did
said
you
they
have
want to
to
get
did
big.
you have to talk? Who did you have to talk into lifting? Like in terms of some of your sports. Like you have to talk soccer into lifting.
No question. But you know what? It's all the coach. It's all the coach though, man. It's all the coach.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a culture. Some of these sports don't really have the lifting culture. And baseball's when I first got there had zero lifting
Right.
culture. And in fact, I remember getting an argument with the coach. Um, well, I don't want them to do the cleans. I don't want them to do the presses. I don't want. I'm like, what do you want to do, man?
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
But he was like 70 and coaching. You know what I mean? Like they didn't lift weights. They'd be like, "You're getting muscle band." All that stupid shit. That
Yeah.
you're like, really?
Yeah.
So if I'm weaker, it's better. I don't. Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, and it's just like the some of the things that sometimes the coaches want to see are just adjuncts to a program. Like, fine, you want to put that in a warm up, you want to do med ball
Right,
stuff, you want to, tie a bat to a lat pull, like that's that's great. That's great. It's not going to take over the program.
right.
You have to ask yourself the question, is it going to hurt the kid? Like, because it always goes
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to the athlete. Is it going to hurt the athlete?
right.
If the answer is no, you know what?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah,
yeah. So they're finishing up the weight part of the workout. Now,
yeah.
about what time is this in the hour?
Oh, I mean, their in-season lifts typically are somewhere between 35, 40 minutes. Um, so when they finish up the lifting, it's probably 35-minute mark, 40
Wow.
minute mark.
Yeah, that's efficient. And so they're growing right on the field, so you're not going to do any cool downs. Well,
No cool down. They go straight out. They go grab a little snack from our fueling station and then head straight out to the field.
in the off season, would you do some type of cool down, or how would you end the workout?
Most of the time, they're on the go. They're on the move. And we've got a great sports medicine staff where they'll have like times where they can go in and do more recovery things.
Yeah,
So if they have to hit it and go shower and go to class and do that whole thing, we may not have enough time to do some foam rolling or some cool down activities. But if they do, they know where the foam rolling stuff is. They go grab it. They may do a quick little stretch or something like that. But most of the time they're moving and grooving. We
yeah,
may lay down, like if they come in and they're, you can tell when the if you're working with softball, volleyball, or whatever team, you can tell when their morale is down.
yeah.
And so it's like you're tired. You're tired. So you know what we're gonna do today? we've been training,
Yeah.
consistently now for
Yep.
8 to 10 weeks, and
Yep.
we're going to lay on the ground today. We're going to do some mobility. We're going to
Yep.
roll out. I'm going to work with sports medicine. We're going to have you guys flow out in and out of contrast and do the whole deal.
That's what
We're
makes
going
a
to get
good
you guys
coach.
going.
That's what makes a good coach, being able to recognize that.
You got to pay attention. And it's also, you work with some of these like newer coaches or interns or whatever, and they get into like the lift and they're briefing your athletes. And you can sit there and see them, and the athletes are like, how much talking is this coach going to do? And like, how much demonstrating is this coach going to do? And it's like week 6. And it's like they've been there, and it's like you got to be able to watch the crowd
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're losing your
Yeah.
athletes right now. You're losing them. They've
Yeah.
done a squat before. They've done it. They've done it. Um, Not to take away from the teaching, but it's
No,
just
I get it. I get it. You have to, man. I always say it's an art, man. There's two things that are you have to be so perceptive, and it
hmm
only comes with experience. And you know what else it comes with? Remembering what it was like to play,
yeah,
remembering how you felt.
yeah,
I after a hard day of training, like you said, you ain't gonna get nothing. A hard day of practice, you're not gonna get nothing. You remember how you felt, how your knees were aching and your ankles were sore, and man, you just cut your tape off. Now I got to go to weight room, and
yep.
man, I wish I had something to eat before I could bench because I want to bench heavy today. That kind of shit. Um, so you don't get anything out of them, and a good coach will be like, "Yeah, we're better off just lifting 35 minutes right before practice. They'll
Yep.
still be explosive. They're wide awake then. They've been moving. Now the coach at softball doesn't have to warm them up, man. You should just
Right.
go,
Just
do
go.
your
Just
skills.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Now do you do like a closure? Do
Yeah,
they
we'll
all,
we'll debrief the lift.
what's that consist of?
It consists of things that I've seen over the course of the lift.
Great.
Uh, what do we see today? What do you need to do next to recover? Like, go make sure you go grab a protein shake. These are
Reminders, man. I love
reminders. I mean,
reminders.
they just
Yes.
need to be reminded every single day
Yes.
because it's not, they're young. It's
Yeah.
new for them. They don't always have a routine until they're a little bit older. And
Yeah.
so just beating it into the ground. You're repeating
Oh.
yourself all day,
Mm.
every day. Go get your protein. You got to go to practice. You need some carbohydrate. Make sure you get a couple snacks. Go do that. Go see the trainer. You remember you told me your knee was bothering you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't come back
Yeah.
in the weight room tomorrow and tell me you didn't see the trainer because you were bitching and moaning
Yeah.
about your knee today.
Yeah.
So go see the trainer.
Yeah.
You're
So
just on
much
top
fun.
of them the entire time. And so like today we were maxing on the squat, and it's like you know, you got two spotters on the side
Yeah.
for squat.
Plus
And
you're the wreck.
what do most kids do? They won't stay with the bar. They just like they'll just sink straight to the bottom.
Dump.
And so I'm just like, guys, this is how we're gonna do this again.
Yep. You got to address it. Yep.
We got to address it. We talk about it again.
Yep.
So you're just reiterating all the things and then just going over what you saw in the lift so that hopefully it sticks. And then you can talk about it at the next briefing
Yep.
for the next lift.
That's good. Do they what another thing is good is when, like, if one of the girls asks you a question during the lift and
Yep.
you save it up for the end and say,
hmm
Sally Mae just asked, she had a great question and I wanted to share it with you guys, because they're probably all wondering the same thing. Like, could be anything, could be getting too big. It could,
Yep.
what I'm saying? It could be anything
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. Or what muscles, you remember when they would say, they would do a clean and they'd be like, what muscles are we working? And you're
Right.
like, I'm working out all of the
Yeah.
muscles, but it's an exercise that's designed to work on that triple extension, to work on that explosion, to shorten your amortization phase as you're pulled to the rack gets shorter and shorter and all that stuff. And then they sort of buy in a lot more than just because I said so. That's why we're doing
Yeah.
cleans or
Right.
whatever.
Well, they want to know.
They're curious, and I always, man, you remember this? I always just tell you guys, if you don't know an answer, tell them you don't know, and you'll
Right.
find out and get back to them because, man, as soon as you lie to those kids, it's
They sniff it
over.
out.
It's over.
They'll come up to you and be like, because we've had interns in the past and like, he told me this and it didn't seem right. He was like,
Right.
they're like, he's full of shit. And I was like, I mean,
Yeah.
they know it. And then another thing within the lifts, like if you see that the bar is way too out in front of like six of the, the 12 athletes that you have in there. It's like, hey guys, don't be afraid. I'm not afraid to stop the lift in the
No
middle of it.
question.
Hey guys, that's probably the only time that I'll stop a lift is if unless I'm just,
Oh, we used
something
to do it.
that
Remember,
needs
we
to be
used to have the
addressed.
freshman lift on Thursday nights,
Yeah.
and that was all stopping lifts. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody come over to this rack.
Yeah. You got to
Let's
see how
talk
to do
about this
this.
now. You see his chin position, you see his eyes. This is what we want.
Hmm.
Um, how he's initiating the movement. So he is having a little trouble. He initiates the movement with his knees. What do we want to do?
Right.
And then when you ask one of the kid, oh, you got to break, butt first and that kind of stuff. And then like you said, you just got to remind them. Just got to remind because you have to understand that they're not into it like we are most of the time.
Nope.
I mean, it's our
Nope.
whole lives forever. It's everything all day long. And they're like, if you can just get them to like it some, but you just got to understand, like now football guys and wrestlers, they really like it, but some of the teams, they're just trying to get it over with, man.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so,
Kids sneaking out of lifts and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
and remember we used to have that, man.
We have mirrors everywhere, guys.
I
I
know,
see you.
I know,
It's wild.
dude. I had a guy one time. So in the old weight room, you're in the bathroom and you can hear upstairs. You can hear
Uh-huh.
upstairs. So I'd be listening to their conversations while I'm taking a piss. Um, so I heard this kid named Will say, "I'm gonna splash water on my face to look like I'm sweating." Put on a shirt. So he came downstairs. I was like, "Did you just splash cold water on your, from the water
Uh-huh.
pad? You just splash water on your face, man, to make it look like you were doing something up there, but you really weren't." Because we had
Uh-huh.
upstairs, downstairs. We had to run. When you came there, did we still have that place?
Uh-uh. Oh, what? No.
When you
No.
visited the new place?
Nope.
Wow, you don't know what does they say in the trenches?
No.
We're in the trenches. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's funny, man. Kids are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll sign in and try to leave. You're like, what?
All
Don't you want to
right.
be here?
I got one for you.
All right, let's do it.
First day as a strength coach with the new football team.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay. Well, first of all, we got to do it all at once. So we should do it in like a theater or a big meeting room or whatever. I think was that a theater we used to do it in?
No,
Oh,
it was the audit. It was like a,
oh, it was a classroom, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
big classroom.
Um, so I would get up there, and the first thing I would do was I would introduce my staff, right? And then I would do all the rules of the room, even down to the tiniest little thing. Two and a halves go where the two and a halves go. Fives go where the fives go. Even that. Um, talk about our expectation, rules of the room. If you're late, if you're going to be late, communication. I would talk about communication for a long time. You know, letting us know things, keeping us abreast of things. As soon as you don't communicate, then we're assuming you did it on purpose. You didn't come on purpose, or you don't care, or whatever, because it doesn't take anything, especially these days, to text, "Hey, Coach Steele, my
Right.
professor kept me late. I'm going to be 10 minutes late," or something. Communication is the key. I
And
would
then it
talk.
saves them in the long term because what do we used to always say? Like the Heat's got equity.
Yeah, he built
He's
it
got
up.
some equity. He
That's
built
right.
it up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Yeah. You have a kid that's excellent all the time, all the
Yeah.
time, all the time,
Yeah.
and then he just doesn't show up one time. Well, where the hell's Jimmy?
Yeah.
What's going on? And he comes in and he's like, I'm sorry, coach. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
You got a
That
lot of equity
happens.
built up.
We got a
That's
lot of
right.
equity built up.
And I always give everybody one. I
Uh,
wouldn't say that in my speech because the football coaches will get mad.
yeah.
But one, you don't even have, you can just be late. You can not show up, whatever. You got one.
Yep.
You got one.
Yep.
I'm not going to punish you. One. After that is over, Um, so I would go over the rules of the room and a lot, really, really go over it. And then I would say how I want the players to treat you guys,
Hmm.
and how we look at it as a continuation of practice. So it's just like your practice, just like the way you treat the coaches, you're going to treat, the staff. We pride ourselves in treating you guys with respect, and we expect that in return. And then I'd go into the big thing about, um, I'm looking out at 130 kids, and what I see is 130 grown men. At your guys' age, guys were in World War II, younger than you. they were in World War II.
Mhm.
So you need to be treated like men. So I'm going to treat you like men. All my staff's going to treat you like men. That means we're not going to we're not going to snitch on you or be nitpicky and about little things that don't really matter, right? Because you're men, you don't need that. You're responsible, you're adults. Now, as soon as you prove that you can't be treated, that you don't deserve to be treated like a man, as soon as you're fooling around and not taking it seriously, or not encouraging your teammates, or being the last one every single day, or being the first one to leave all the time, or doing the wrong percentages, then we're gonna have some problems, and we're gonna run a lot, and we're gonna go outside, and you're probably gonna throw up when you do the stadiums, and we're probably gonna do up downs for like 5 minutes straight. It's gonna really suck, and all that does for me, it pisses me off because
Mhm.
I want to teach you guys and make you better, but you don't want to get better. So we got to do this little kindergarten shit. So let's go the man way, and everybody will be good to go. So continuation of practice, and we're good to go. Um, I would ask for questions. Usually nobody had any questions. And then I would do an inspirational story. I would tell a story about somebody I knew that overcame something. Our buddy Jay, who has one lung and a diaphragm and is up at 4:30 in the morning, doing a workout before we go duck hunting. Or I tell the story of Jay when he had cancer, and he said, "Coach, I got to get back to Virginia Beach." He said, "So can you train me twice a day? Because I'm going to do radiation twice a day."
Mhm.
So for 7 days, he did that, and he actually hit new maxes, gained 15. He was with us for 6 weeks, 15, 20 pounds of muscle, hit all new PRs all the time, doing at least one radiation a day, every single freaking day. And, he went to my son's basketball games. We went hunting. We drank moonshine together. We did
Did
all this
jujitsu
stuff.
in the bar?
Jiu-jitsu, and we got kicked out of the bar for Christy doing jiu-jitsu with him. Oh, that wasn't why we got kicked out. That was when I hit the glass. Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Johnny.
yeah.
So, wait, what was I talking about?
You doing an
Oh yeah,
inspirational
yeah, Jay, Jay,
story?
Jay. So I would just, and what that was, I talked about Jay's journey, and then we're in the office, and I'm talking to his oncology doctor, and I said, "This guy's amazing. Like, what's going on? Like, what should he be feeling?" And he goes, "Like he's dying of not like he's got a fever all the time, lethargic, hair falling out, doesn't feel like doing it, doesn't want to lift, da 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 da." And so he tells me all this, and I'm sitting there like on Jay's last day, and I'm like, I told him what Bill said, and I said, "Do you feel any of that stuff?" And in 7 weeks, 6 weeks, it was the only admission that he was like a little human. I said, "Are you feeling any of that shit?" And he goes, So that's what I would say to them. And I would be like, so when you're thinking that practice is hard, or you don't feel like doing that set of 12 or that down set of 12 and going all the way down all the time, or you don't feel like getting up early and coming down for the run and being enthusiastic and getting after it and giving your 100% because that's what you're supposed to do every day. As soon as you don't feel like that, one day, 1 second, ask yourself, what would Jay do? And
Yeah,
then you'll have your answer. I guarantee you'll hop out of bed, you'll get that workout done, you'll do it the best you can, the best to your ability. And then I
yeah.
would say, I'll see you guys Monday morning or whenever, and I'm looking forward to it. And then everybody clap and go crazy. Yeah,
Yep,
something like
yep,
that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm not sure if that's done. What I realize is after being around a lot of these other college programs now, is that we did shit right. Bagnoli at University of Pennsylvania and Ray Peoria, the head coach, these are two football coaches. They did stuff right. I mean, it was organized, it was on time. There was no, you know, it was all a first class operation all the way. Don't you
Right.
think? Don't you
I
think?
think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, when you talk to a college kid and you're like, did you have a meeting with the strength coach and the whole team and went over rules and all that? And I'd also would talk about our philosophy. I don't know why I didn't say that before, but the philosophy and how our training would go and how long we're going to train and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, if you haven't had a introductory meeting, how do you know what to expect?
Now, are you doing goal meetings with your football squad?
Yeah, we did them.
Did you
Yeah,
do
we
them?
did them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember,
And
their squat max, their bench, they're clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we kept track too. I forgot about that. We kept track, and then I was like, "Look, man, you're 30 pounds away from your goal and stuff like that." I don't know why I
Right.
said, "Yeah, we did them at first," but it seemed like with some of the kids, it was sort of a waste. They would be unrealistic. The older they
Mhm.
get, the less. But then we would bring them down. I'd be like, "Yeah, no, no, you're not squatting 650."
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
can strive to get there, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we'll go 525 and go rock bottom, you know. Yeah, I remember that. And then we had, uh, we'd have kids in that want to talk about nutrition, and we'd be like, it's part of our certification, but we're not nutritionists. But if you're my son, here's what I would tell you,
Right. Right.
because unfortunately, a lot of nutritionists are very, they don't understand how much these kids need to eat. And how,
Well, it's it's a lot of you're with your strength coach all the time.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And your dietitians are on staff, and most of the time they're like understaffed. So you've got, one dietitian for, maybe the entire program. And it's
yeah,
like they may not be able to be around them. So the kids are going to talk to and trust a strength coach.
yeah,
I mean, you see your strength coach and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So, they're going to come talk to you.
I used to love it when the kids would come and just hang out in the office.
Yeah, that's fun.
Come and hang out. Now they really liked hanging out with you. Some of them were a little afraid of me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, man, really. But you know, they come out and hang with you, and I love that stuff, man. I
It
love
is
that
good.
stuff.
You get to know the kids a little bit more, the
Yeah,
hell you're here for, where you're from, what's going on in your life. It's good.
I know some of them come in and be like, I'm down in this girl broke up with me, my parents are getting divorced.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
best thing about it is I never ratted on a kid. I never, even if a kid got in trouble or something,
Hmm.
I never would tell the football coaches, I don't care. He's talking to me in confidence. I'm not going to betray that kid's confidence because as soon as you do that, he tells somebody else and tells somebody else and tells somebody else. Then a kid wants to hurt himself or hurt somebody else or something, and he doesn't tell you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because he doesn't trust you. Um, that's I think the thing that I'm envious with you is that you're around kids.
Yeah.
You're around kids. You're coaching kids, man. It's so
All
much
the time.
fun. It's so much fun. All the other bullshit that you have to, the meetings and the
Hmm.
how your feelings and your workshops on the latest whatever that you have to go to, and it's all worth it when a football
Well,
team comes running into the weight room.
oh yeah, the athletes are the best part. I mean, it's like it's such a magical process seeing them go from the first time they walk into the weight
I
room
know.
and then seeing them walk out either 4 years later, 3 years later,
Yeah,
2 years
yeah,
later, whatever the
yeah,
case is, and they like, and we talk about it, like they get their first bicep vein,
yeah.
or like, they got abs, and they're like they squat two blues or
Two
whatever.
blues. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's go. It's so, and but it's funny because sometimes they'll walk in as like, they're small, meek. And then after like 8 weeks, I
I
mean, it
know.
happens fast.
I know.
And they start to walk in a little bit taller. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
And
exactly right. It's a
it's
magical
it is
thing.
so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool to walk through it with them.
It's transformation, and everybody transforms. Everybody does. It's sort of like they can't help it. You're away at school, the meals are consistent. And we had tons of food um, for the football guys. Oh my God, man. Remember how much food?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
God, I'm gonna be 290, man.
yeah,
There was
yeah.
so much food. And a midnight snack and a freaking 5 o'clock snack and
Yeah,
sit
three
down
o'clock snack.
buffet.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's food
that
everywhere. There's food
that's
everywhere.
when I figured that I'm going to lift the kids heavy all year. I mean, all season
Hmm.
because the TV timeouts. And so our kids weren't losing weight. We were feeding them so much. So I was like, we can stay strong and big all through the season.
Hmm.
So we would lift like uh Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's pretty heavy, man. I mean, we go
Yeah,
up to 85, 90 on a clean and 80 on the squat and all season though, but not like ever dip down to that 70, you know?
right.
Because I was like, all they're doing is standing around all game. Like our offensive linemen, you're going hard for how long? Some a few seconds, and you're standing around. Then they're like, timeout, 5 minutes.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
our guys were big as shit and
yeah.
strong all the way through the season. So, um, yeah, the amount of food was just I was like, anybody want my hoagie, man? It's my fourth
Yeah.
one.
You got a smoothie in the room.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. They are well fed. They are well fed for
Yeah.
sure.
Is that something that's typical there?
Oh
Have
yeah.
they?
The kids are so, I mean, if I think about how when I played
Oh
and
yeah.
to
No,
like
no.
all the resources that are available to these athletes
Yeah.
now, it
Yeah.
is, I'm like, guys, this is the one, I tell them, I said, this is the one time in your life that like you've got your own strength coach, you've got your own
Yeah.
dietitian, you
Yeah.
got your own doctor,
Yeah.
you got a coach that's all here for you.
Yep.
And I was like, so when you turn 35, that's a $5,000 a month bill that you would have
Yeah.
to pay on your own. So guys, you need to learn as much as you
No,
possibly
that's a
can
really good point.
right here. You got seven people around you just trying to make you better. But the problem is you're 18 to 22. So you're trying to do a whole bunch of other stuff as well
Right.
during that time.
Don't
But
and they don't see it. It takes a real mature kid to see it.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
like this isn't a pain in the ass. This is something that's getting me better
Right, right.
to
And it's
have
going to
that.
require you to
Dude,
change.
so when I was at Gardner Webb in 87, um, the cafeteria would close at like 5
Hmm.
and we would practice at 6. So you'd eat,
Yeah,
and then I'm not going to eat a lot because I'm going to throw up
yeah,
because practice is hard, man. I'm going to throw up. So I'd eat a salad and maybe a small piece of meat or something like that. And then you'd practice, and that was it.
yeah,
So there's no, here's a snack. There's nothing, none of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And so I remember my dad, when I first went away, he gave me like $500 or maybe $300, something like that. And then like a month, I had spent it all on food, because everything's free, the dorm and all that stuff. But the food, I bought Dairy Queen. I'd buy like 3 double cheeseburgers every night at the Dairy Queen because I was so hungry.
Uh-huh.
So I spent all the money that my dad, he's like, what? Back then, that's a lot of money. But yeah, that was the trenches too, as the kids would say.
Yeah, yeah.
The South Atlantic Conference.
That's
Come
good.
on, man.
Yeah,
But that
yeah,
makes us hard as shit.
yeah. I mean,
Catawba, dude.
yeah.
When we went up to Catawba, I was like the big city. Because
Salisbury.
how about Gardner Webb though? You been there?
No, I've never been
Well,
to
when I
Gardner.
was there, one stoplight,
Okay.
dry town,
Yep.
uh, one main street. They built an Ingles and a Hardee's later on, but
Yeah.
that's it. Main Street, and then you're out in the boonies, bro. You're out in Scaryville.
Wait,
Scaryville.
is Gardner Webb in Gardner Webb or it
No,
was
that's the name of a guy or 2 guys or something. No, it's in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. So the
okay.
town got together. This is the rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. And they were like, the Boiling Springs isn't even doing anything. So let's blow it up and try to get it to go, really boil out. Because I guess it was a spring that really came out.
Yeah,
Not like a geyser, but squirted. I don't know.
right.
So they blew it up and it closed it off. Now there's no Boiling Spring. It's like Dripping Springs. Yeah, but I loved it down there. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. It was just, but I went to junior college too. There was no meals. You got $5
Right.
for McDonald's. When we did a
Yeah.
road trip, we would go up
Yeah.
to Nassau and Long Island. You got $5 for McDonald's. Coach Martin would have $5. You sign your name or whatever. Five
Yeah.
bucks. $5.
Yeah.
And then we'd go out to eat that night at Sizzler and buffet, and they would pay for that. They would pay for that.
Down at the
The
Sizzler.
lunch was McDonald's and the Sizzler. I'll never forget Coach Daly, who became a legend in arena ball. Coach Mike Daly was my position coach in junior college. And I was like, Coach, you can go ahead of me, man. He goes, why would I go ahead of you? I'm not playing. I'm not
Mhm.
doing anything. I'm just coaching, helping you guys out. You guys
Mhm.
are doing stuff. He was
Yeah.
always in the back of the line.
Yeah.
Oh, leaders eat last. And that was before that book came out.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
always remember that. So if you remember, we always got unless we were super hungry,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
always got in the back of the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, coaching's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm super envious. Um, not of anything else that you're doing except when you're actually hands-on with the athletes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and when you do something or when they play and they say, man, I felt strong today, or somebody run over somebody and everybody say, Coach Steele, that's you. That's the weight room.
Uh-huh.
That's the weight room. You
Yep.
know?
Every time the
Oh,
ball goes over the fence, that's it.
Right.
Weight room,
Right.
or just right before, if it doesn't go over the fence and lands right in front of it, they're like, just an extra 10 pounds on the squat.
That's great. Oh, I
Yeah,
love that. I
yep,
love that. Man, I got to go pick up Max after baseball. That was pretty good, right? It was supposed to be
yep.
like 10 minutes. How long was it?
It is. I don't know. You got the time on yours. It was
Oh,
good though. I liked it.
all right. We'll do it. Try to do it next week.
Yeah, let's
All right.
do
Think
it.
up some questions.
All right.
All
I'll
right.
talk to
See
you.
ya.
See ya.